Paranormal Activity, The Lost Soul. We're here to talk about this VR game. Came out last week. Brand new VR scary experience made by vrwerx, but it's not spelled works. It's like VRWREX, I think, or something like that. Anyway, based on the big. Well, I don't know. I can't remember which production company makes the franchise. Whatever. Paramount franchise. Paranormal Activity. VR horror games, which of course are going to be one of the biggest deals. Now, just first impressions, Nick. Did you or did you not like this game?
I think the subtitle, The Lost Soul, is very apt because for me the game had no soul whatsoever.
Holy moly. Alright, so I'll say I thought it was okay. Like I don't think it was bad, I don't think it was good, great. It was okay. Yeah. So let's just jump into it, talk from the start. So the game opens, it's one of these really weird, feels a lot like the sort of indie horror games that you used to be able to, that you can buy for cheap or free on PC. A lot of them, which are there, and a lot of them are free, and a lot of them are like $5 to $10. Yeah. And they just kind of just drop you somewhere randomly. You have no understanding as to why you're there. You have no understanding to what's going on, and it just kind of gives you an objective, or you see a house in front of you like you do in this game, and you just enter it because you know it's a horror game, and you know that's probably where you got to go, and you have no understanding of the character you are or anything like that, and you just sort of progress. And this game feels a lot like that.
Very much so, yeah.
The story's just into the house, you're screaming, you're like, sure, there's scary stuff. It's not until like over halfway, 3/4 through the game that you get an understanding of who you even are in relation to the other characters in the game. Like, not huge spoilers, but there's like a little girl running around the house, and there's some other things happening. But you finally understand you can understand where you fit in amongst all this sort of stuff and why you're even there to a point. And in that sense, it never really feels like a Paranormal Activity. Like, for most of the time you're playing it, I was like, oh yeah, Paranormal Activity, I forgot it was even like a part of the franchise.
How many of the movies have you seen? All the movies? Because I've only seen the first one.
Yeah, 6 or whatever.
Yeah. So does it tie in any way?
Not to the movies. I mean, at the end it ties in kind to something that they've done in the last couple films. But it doesn't tie. None of the characters are tied in. None of the events are tied in.
The only thing that I made me recognise it as Paranormal Activity was the invisible
noise
stuff. Just like how the characters are dragged around and you can't see what's doing it. Yeah.
I mean, that's just typical like ghost stuff to me. The thing that would remind me that it's Paranormal Activity is the noise. I can't do a really good impression of, but Paranormal Activity has its own like noise that it does. It's like you'll hear it in the movies whenever something's like about to happen, like the camera's fast forwarding as they're like watching something, and then you hear in the background like or whatever, and then something real scary happens. And this game has, as soon as you start the game, you're outside in the woods for some fucking reason. You wake up, you're in front of a grave. I mean, as far as I know,
that was weird.
None of this ever got explained why all this was happening. But as you're walking towards the house, I did got chills the first time playing it, because I did hear the noise that Paranormal Activity movies make, in the background. It's like a real deep kind of noise, and I was like, oh, fucking, it's a bit chilly, a bit scary. All right, so let's talk about it, because it is a horror game.
Is it?
I mean, it's a horror game. I was scared. All the jump scares got me.
Yeah.
Every single fucking one of them got me. However, this game is built mainly on jump scares. Now, there's 2 parts to the game, the scares. They're either all pre-put in, they all happen, because I tried to run through the game again like half an hour ago on hardcore, because I'm like, fuck.
I totally forgot those.
I'll just run through. I was like, I'll just try and run through the game on hardcore and see, like, because I'm like, I already know where all the scares are now. It'll be fine. And I got like halfway through the game and I died. But I just all the jump scares. I was like running. It's like boo, yeah, right. This is the monster. Yeah, it's like yeah, little girl lives. Yeah,
So how does it change on a higher difficulty?
Nothing really. You just die instantly. The only thing that can kill you, the only thing that's what I was going to say. The thing in this game that changes are they're all pre-programmed jump scares. The only thing that changes is the actual monster, whatever you want to call it,
thing,
that like floats around the house, and that's kind of Slender Man-esque or whatever. Like it'll appear, you kind of have to run away from it to a point. Like if you don't get away fast enough, it'll kind of just get you. It's not scary. I never once was scared.
I never thought I was actually dying because every time it got me, it just
no, you don't. Neither did I.
It went black and I got transported to a different location.
It wasn't until the third or fourth time it did it to me. I was like, wait, I think I'm dying.
Yeah, the only time that I knew that I died was when you turn the corner and when you first go upstairs and the chick's banging the wood into the door over the window, and she got me there. But other than that, I didn't think I was actually dying. No,
yeah. So the monster is like, yeah, it kills you. And on hardcore, I got caught by a random. Like this is the random aspect. Like I literally ran around a corner. It just suddenly appeared out of the ground, instantly got me. I was like, I don't think you gave me any sign or noise you was even fucking around here, buddy. I don't know, like, why you're even supposed to be here.
Yeah.
So that part's... But the thing is, once you've beaten the game once, and there is, I suppose if you want to replay it, there is a alternate ending, and I looked up how to do it, and it does involve playing on hardcore. Yeah, so you got to beat the game on hardcore, and you got to grab different items as you go and stuff like this.
Yeah,
but there's not much to replay because... The scares, the ones that actually scare you first time through are all in the exact same places. And the random Slenderman, whatever you want to call it, aspect of it isn't scary. It never once scared me. The only things that scared me were the jump scares.
See, because you started playing it before me and you were saying that you had to take a break and you couldn't finish it. And I was like, oh, fuck, I don't think I can do this. Yeah. I didn't jump. I jumped once. I can remember once I got jumped. And the rest was...
Really?
Yeah.
Jump scares don't get you much?
No, they normally do. It's just in this... I think the reason why was because I was too busy trying to fight those fucking controls. I could never get the hang of it the whole fucking game. I mean, they're between a rock and a hard place with those controls. Fuck me.
Let's move on to let's talk about the controls, because this is my biggest negative about the game is the controls. It's so cumbersome and clunky. It is to the point of ridiculous. And the biggest thing that annoys me is, right, so you play with 2 Move controllers.
Yeah.
You're walking around, you got hands. I'm like, okay, it's fine. We've played games with hands as Move controllers and stuff like that before. But the part where it gets really fucking stupid is the moment you start getting items. You're like, cool, I've got a book, I've got a torch, and to use the torch, if I accidentally bump the trigger on the bottom, it puts it away.
Yeah.
So if you turn a corner, accidentally get scared, or like you lose your grip and you try and like retighten your grip or something, your hand does something funny, you bump the trigger, which is easy to bump, you're like, fuck. The amount of times I accidentally bump that trigger and then just be like, which button sorts through my items again? It's like, click this one, I go sideways. No, stop that one. So, and then sort through items, get torch out, accidentally bump button again, for fuck's sake, like put it all the way through. I'm like, to turn the torch on and off, you click the top move control button, whatever that's called. They should have been switched.
Exactly.
Put the item away, the top button, turn the light on and off the bottom trigger. I don't understand.
I know it's not the game's fault, but it would have alleviated and made these games so much more viable if they just put analog sticks on those fucking controllers.
Oh, yeah. PS Move controllers are old technology. My 2 biggest calls, and this is a completely separate topic, but it would help this game heaps, is PS Move. The 2 biggest things they need to upgrade for VR are the controllers, and they need to add a separate tracking thing that you can put behind you, and I would pay like $100 for that.
Yeah,
and it would fix the motion. Basically, I don't need 6 around the room. I just need 1 behind me, the camera in front of me, whatever. upgrade the controllers so they track better. I reckon VR in itself would be fucking 10 times better with these upgrades. Like, I'm not a designer or anything, but they're just, like, I can understand. It's fine. But I mean, that's not this game's fault. However, the controls on the Move controllers, the way they are mapped, is this game's fault. That is nothing to do.
The amount of time I had to consciously think about turning left and moving or crouching and standing up and down is ridiculous.
It's so annoying. Sometimes it's like, it's like, it's sometimes I'd feel really good. I'd start like moving my body. You know, I'm moving around the room, and then all of a sudden you just get to that point where you're like, oh fuck, I'm like, where am I facing in my room? And you don't have no idea.
Yeah.
And then you like start spamming like triangle and square on the other Move controller to like rotate your body around, and you're like, the fuck am I? Like, what am I doing? What's happening? Whenever you try to run away from anyone in this game, it's really annoying because it's like, it's like you're trying to run and you like try to go around a door and you like turn, you like miss it and you press triangle and you're like, what the fuck am I? Like entering the doorway? What is going on here? I don't know. The controls were quite an issue, and this is my problem with. I'm like, oh cool, I might try and do that hardcore run. I might try and attempt it again. However, as I was trying to run, it's like, if I have to run away from that fucking monster and I die because I accidentally like clip into a corner of a wall or like accidentally fuck up trying to turn through a door, I'm just going to be like annoyed, and I know I'll just get really angry at the game because I'm like, fucking, if this was just like analog sticks on a controller, I'd very easily make my way through a doorway because I've played video games since I was a wee child. Like, it's not, but in this I'm like, oh no.
Did you ever get woozy playing it?
I did after I had to stop. My first play session, I did in 2 play sessions. My first one, I just had to stop because I was getting sick. It's a combination of, I think it was happening when you start combining too much of the using your body to move. And then you're like trying to combine the 90-degree rotations. Using them both together after a while, you can start to make yourself quite sick, I think. I mean, maybe if you got used to it.
I only got sick at the very beginning because I wasn't used to that control scheme and I almost fell flat on my face.
There were a couple times. Did you play it standing up?
A mixture. Because I played it all through in one session. I had a chair behind me and I was like, I can't be bothered standing up for a while, so I sat down. I played the
whole thing standing up. I can't imagine playing it sitting down. It just doesn't feel like the type of game where you could play sitting down, especially for the entirety of it. But yeah, there was a couple times where it'd be like, I'd turn my body and then I'd click like triangle or whatever, and then I'd kind of like start to go sideways, like, well, no, it's all right. Just balance myself out. It'll
It's the first time it's ever happened to me in VR too.
Yeah, the control scheme's interesting, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's like,
I don't
it's obviously
know how
not
I could have
perfect.
done it better.
No, that is the thing. It's like, I think it works fine. The movement system works okay. Like, obviously I have issues and everything like that, but I think it's a system that can work. I'm not sure how you improve it, but I think there has to be a way to find improvement there. Somehow. I don't really know how that is, but it's there. You're like, it's a thing. I wish it was better, but it's a good idea. And I mean, for the most part, I was having fun. It's like at one stage there, you got to go up. There's an area where it's like you go upstairs and you have to do like a U-turn. Yeah, you can't do it fast at all. There's no way to run up there fast. If you're trying to run away from someone up there, you're like double tap square to run, and then when you reach the top, it's like triangle, triangle, and continue running. Like you can't steer yourself. No, like it's moments like that when you're just kind of floating around and you're like mixing up the buttons to float around a room. You're like, this is fine. I'm searching through shelves and stuff like that. But yeah, the moment you try and do anything too fast.
Did you use the head steering one where you're walking and you move your head and it starts to go off that way? Because there was an option to turn wherever I wanted. Yeah, you kind of got used to it. No, I just did. Yeah, I was confused at the start of the game. Like you did the tutorial for a moment, I was a little bit confused. I was like, so look, see. But after an hour or so, I think I was just getting the hang of it. Where it's just like my mind was just kind of looking where I wanted to go. Yeah. And it's like back, and then you press X to back up. It's like you're grabbing doors. You just kind of, especially when I was trying to play my hardcore run just before, it's like I'm just like flying through the game a lot faster. I'm like, I'm getting the hang of these controls. However, it's still certain moments in the house's design
that make it.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. If you change the house design, I think a lot of they could have designed it better for the control scheme, which would mean you would reach a lot less issues with it, I think.
Yeah, they didn't have it in mind.
Because especially
when they
that stair
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
There was one odd thing about the tutorial that made no sense to me now that I've finished it, was where you have to go up to the TV and it goes, to press buttons, you have to do this. And you don't do it once in the fucking game.
No, it's just for that. Yeah. It's just like we don't want a normal game menu. So you're in this room, and then there's a TV that you click on to use new game or continue, and we're going to give you a tutorial how to use our game menu. I don't know. So overall, let's try to compare this to other horror experiences. Comparing this to obviously probably the big one, which I still haven't played, Resident Evil. What's the control scheme and anything like that?
Well, there are different forms of control schemes. With Resident Evil, I played with DualShock 4 and used full FPS controls, so the left, right joystick and everything like that, which I think works perfectly. I know a lot of people get sick with that, but for me it worked well. And just generally, Resident Evil does everything it's trying to do better, which is, it's hard to compare because a AAA studio compared to this indie one, it's not really a fair comparison, but I think they could have looked at Resident Evil and taken some inspiration, or we could do that similar, the way they do it, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, they're very different games, but I was just like...
Different and the same, too.
It's that, like, house aspect and
the house, yeah.
Your house and all that sort of stuff. I mean, so the big thing, in case you haven't played this game, you're not just running around from monsters, and I wanted to leave this last to talk about because it is quite stupid, and I hope they patch some certain things, this is a heavy puzzle game. Very heavy on finding random objects.
Yeah.
Well, not random. I mean, you get
it's all those mobile games where you're in a room and you have to find all the objects.
Yeah. Except a couple of, or at least one of the things was so... I Googled the last one. I could never fucking find it.
What was the one that you were stuck on?
I was like, the candle.
No, I was stuck on the... was it the birth certificate with the feet print on it? Because it was in the middle of that circle on the page, and I was like, I didn't even think it was a thing I had to find.
I think I found... No, it was the candle. Now, I'm just going to spoil where the candle is, because, I mean, whatever. It is in the first room in the house. Yeah. You walk in the front door, there's a grandfather clock over in your right-hand corner. To get the candle, you have to walk up to the clock, reach up, move the hand on it till it strikes 12 o'clock, it'll then ding a bunch, and down the bottom of it, a compartment will open with a fucking candle, which doesn't make any sense at all!
Did you pick up...
I was so lost, I was like, I would have never thought of that.
Did you pick up the page that told you, that had the picture of the clock and 12 o'clock?
No.
No, okay, well I picked up the page. I don't remember where it was, but I remember picking it up, and it was in, the book that you get. If you flick through it, there's different pages.
Through it, there's got different pages, There
was a page
it's
I picked
so funny,
up that had the
by
clock.
the time I reached the end of the game, I never had that, but I was picking up fucking everything, because when I finished the game, I got the trophy for reading all the letters.
Yeah.
So I was reading enough, because I was picking up
that's
fucking
another thing
every
I
piece of
issue with.
paper.
Were you able to read them all? Like, well?
Yeah. When you angle them, you have to angle them right, torch, and read them.
There was also a couple that I picked up, and the way that the hand held it was over some of the text. Because he'd hold it like this.
Oh, really?
Like that. And all the text would be under that.
I have it on but yeah. That's awkward.
Yeah.
But so the game has a lot of puzzles. They start out really cool. One of the first puzzles, it's not really hard to figure out, but I thought it was cool, and I was hoping the game was continuing in a certain direction, is they make you like find where this secret area is. Yeah. And they give you one of these pieces of paper to show you where it is, basically. And then it's not very hard to figure out. However, at the time I was like, oh, maybe this game's going to involve a lot more cool puzzles like this, because I felt cool doing it when you do it and you're like, this thing opens up and you're like, oh, this is cool. However, once you complete that section and then you come back and you're moving on to the next part where you're like, okay, I need to go back to finding items, it is very much like nearly just walking. It's like, what am I looking for? A candle. I'm just walking through the house to every single fucking room. Every candle I'm just trying to grab. Won't grab it. Won't grab it. Won't grab it. Oh, sorry. I did this for like 40 minutes. I was like, fuck this. Google it. Where is a candle? Threads on Steam forums being like, I've been playing for 4 hours. Where's the candle? I'm like, oh, fuck. Move the grandfather clock.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I felt the game's all right. I think for its price point, though, I would, if I was going to say, should you buy it now? Should you buy it now or should you wait? My suggestion is I would wait. I think if you can grab this on a sale or PSN sale or something like that, I'd suggest grabbing it because it's decent length enough, especially if you're not. I mean, once you know where everything is, you could probably run through the game in like 30 fucking minutes or something like that, probably. But the first time you're playing it
took me a couple of hours.
Yeah, it probably took me, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours probably. Yeah, which is decent for a game like this. A decent runtime for it. Yeah, and I mean, I tried to do everything without looking. That candle I had to look up because I'm like, I can't do this anymore. But if you play the game, it is the type of game where, although it's rather short once you know everything is, part of the experience and part of the game is, of course, walking through the house, hearing the scary noises, the atmosphere. And the game does a decent effort at the atmosphere. Doors randomly, noises happening across here, like all sorts of, typical scary stuff. And you slowly creep around the house and you look for your objects and stuff like that. But once you beat it and you try and run through it again and you know where everything is and you know where all the scares are and you know where all the objects are, you kind of realize how shallow it is as an experience. Like when you...
Yeah, but all games like that are, once you play
they are. Yeah. I think if there had been... I think if the items had been more randomized, like location-wise or something like that, maybe... But not make them super hard to find, but that would have added, a different aspect to it. I mean, get rid of the ridiculous grandfather clock locations and just make the candle in a random room each time or something like that. Yeah. Because then it would mean that people could replay it, and when you go for your hardcore run or something like that, you can't just be like, this room, this room, this room. You would be running around. Yeah. You'd have that Slender Man aspect or whatever you want to call it, where the monster could appear from anywhere, but you don't know what room you need to go in. I think that would add something a bit different to it.
Definitely, yeah. And it's something I reckon they could easily patch in.
Yeah, I think because it's like you keep all the time scripted jump scares in, whatever, they're fine. They work the first time you play for it. They're really good. The first time you walk in a room and this like 5 minutes into the game, little girl, like first time you enter the main room, little girl like is like, who's after me? And like she drops the book in front of you. Like it was like I stopped. Yeah. Like who the fuck is that? Like what the fuck is that? So all that stuff's scary, but yeah, I think if there was a more random factor to the other part of the gameplay and less really stupid fucking moving grandfather clock puzzle aspect that I really enjoyed, I think it would be a lot better. And I also think that if the story had been more in line with a proper Paranormal Activity movie, or you had something like that, because I mean all those movies have actual characters build up. This does feel less Paranormal Activity and more general indie horror game, I mean, which is fine, I guess, to a point. However, it is called Paranormal Activity, and it is not until it's without the noise that sounds Paranormal Activity, without the walking, random shit just going flying across the room, all that sort of stuff that Paranormal Activity does, and then at the end of the game, in the last 10. All that stuff, and the last 10 minutes of the game. I mean, you don't get a video camera. It's like you walk into rooms, there are video cameras set up so that someone else has done it. Someone else has set up video cameras. Turn on and stuff like that. All that sort of stuff. But they're like little aspects, I think. I think I would have preferred if I was going to do a Paranormal Activity VR game, I would have preferred to have maybe had an hour of build up, get to know the character. I know maybe this is a completely more bigger budget type of experience, but it's just like, or just spend the first 15 minutes just running me through random events of the family or something like that, and then let me control the main. And then I would have understood more. I really don't like playing horror games where I don't understand who I am or why. Like, if I'm playing a game for half an hour and I'm like, who am I? Why am I in this house? What? Did I just break in? Is it a random house? Am I drunk that just woke up in the fucking forest outside? What is going on? It's fine. I think if you're a fan of Paranormal Activity, you'll get. I mean, the ending's kind of like your typical Paranormal Activity stuff. As I said before, they say something in like the last 10 minutes that was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense to tie into the Paranormal Activity universe. However, it's not like a big thing, and it's fine. Yeah. I think if you like horror games, VR is, of course, going to be great for horror games. And I can see this game does a lot of stuff not great, but good or okay to the point of being good to the point where I'm like, oh, I really want that to be expanded on or like I can look forward to that being a lot better in the future, and I can see horror games like this sort of thing getting a lot better and more fun in the future. I mean, I got scared a lot playing it. I can't really complain too much about the scare factor. It's just more the puzzles and the control screen.
It's a solid stepping stone.
It's a solid stepping stone. That is a good way to word Paranormal Activity. Available on your PlayStation Store and Vives and what's the other thing? I don't know. We played it on PSVR. Oculuses.
Yes.
We played it on PSVR. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give the video a like and watch out for ghoulies.